Hey, it's City Island. Y'all niggas know who it is. Spaced out music. Hey, let's go, let's go. Hear him talking, let him hate. I'm on my grind, I'm feeling great. This is something different, this is paper chasing. For those trying to stop it, shut us in the grave. I hear these niggas hating, damn. But I don't see him, They wanna live my life, man, I'm just saying. Whoa, they wanna be him, Who's that peeking in my window? Who are you? They tryna copy my style, so I gotta smoke these niggas like it's Indo. Yeah, they go about it with a smile. They hate the man, but I don't give a fuck, niggas. Spaced out music, 5 niggas in the truck, boy. I got the 9 and they ain't even tucked, shit ain't tucked, nigga. Pull it out, air it out, everybody duck down. I advise to stay within your lane, nigga. I do this for my fam, I ain't out here playing games. What you thought I did this shit to entertain? The fact I get it like a coke, boy, got these niggas hating on me. I hear these niggas hating, damn. But I don't see him, They wanna live my life, man, I'm just saying. Whoa, they wanna be him, Who's that peeking in my window? Who are you? They tryna copy my style, so I gotta smoke these niggas like it's Indo. Yeah, then go about it with a smile.
Run the streets, something like a marathon. Marijuana, heroin, Gucci bag carry-on. Shooter with a nasty shot, call him Sean Marion. Rap games, Barry born leader Farrakhan. Riding like the brakes broke, haters better take notes. Peeking in my window is how you get your chin broke. It's in touch, niggas hating on the name. I don't waste time on them, I just let the hook explain. Listen up.
I hear these niggas hating, damn. But I don't see him, They wanna live my life, man, I'm just saying. Whoa, they wanna be him, Who's that peeking in my window? Who are you? They tryna copy my style, so I gotta smoke these niggas like it's Indo. Yeah, then go about it with a smile.
Salute everybody, you already know this is True L.E.S. Talk. Lillian Wall Projects, Lower East Side, Alphabet City, Lower Manhattan, New York, New York. The borough that's so nice, they named it twice. New York, New York. Manhattan, Lower Deck. Boricua's in the building. Hey, I want to salute everybody that's here. Thank you for stopping by. There should be a couple more people coming in soon. I want to welcome HCF Paranormal to our channel, people. Welcome him. Welcome Paranormal. He's new to the channel. I'll be doing roll call in a little bit. Matter of fact, let me plug in the phone. Be doing roll call in a minute. Let me check this. Damn, it's loud, huh? It's loud, right? Those that got headsets on, boy, I feel sorry for you guys today. Let's get it. True L.E.S. in the building, you already know. You see the topic? You see that topic? Do these YouTubers have a social life outside of YouTube? Bobby, what you think? Let me lower it. Let me lower it. Let me see. Right there's a little lower. All right. When I put my avatar on, it's to see how the sound sounds, you know. Bobby, thank you for your 7 months and and the True membership. Guys, if you don't know how to get that membership, get it. It's only 99 cents. Thank you to Bobby. She's been there. She's been a member for 7 months now. Bobby, this is for you. Thank you. And I appreciate you being here for 7 months. Thank you, Bobby. You gotta lend me your cane corso though. You seen that basketball short I put up with the white boy dunking? Oh my god, it got like it's going on 2,700 views. The Cane Corso one is at like 1.5, 1.6, something like that. Gina Maxi in the building. Let's get roll call, man. People type something, man. Type something so like that I won't miss you. Another thing, Dusty's here. Fire thumbnail. Oh, you like my thumbnails, huh? Dusty. Hey, Dusty Puerto Rican in the building. Salute. Dawn passed by. I don't know if she's still here, but salute to her too. HCF Paranormal, thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Salute to you. Who else? Babiana in the building. Bobby Ramos. Blue. Angel Newfound Life in the building, my Boricua brother. Who else is here? Oh, Tomas is here. Tomas, what's up, bro? Tomas from the Bronx. Gina Maxi, my homegirl, she's always here. Hey, Gina, you're in North Florida, right? You're in North Florida, yeah. I think. Distracted me, imagery in the building. Salute to you. Thank you for coming by. Thanks. Um, if you guys want to drop your link, just type LES in the chat. You see, that's what it says in the banner. Type type LES in the chat. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Zelly in the building. I see you, mama. Dusty, te saludé. Dusty's back in the building. Salute to my boy Dusty. Salute to the 15 in the building. Anybody want to come up? Did I pin the link? Let me put it back. Pin the link. Um, I just don't. I just don't allow anybody to come up on the panel. So for the new people, give it some time. Then I will let you guys up on the panel. I gotta find out who you are first. You know how it is, man. Gotta do a credit check on you guys. I gotta do a credit check on you guys. The spy. You need to get rid of that. You need to get rid of that pic, bro. I don't allow that bullshit here, bro. Sorry, bro. You need to get rid of that pic, bro, because I'm gonna ban you. And you know now, I don't hold that bullshit. I see that's what happens when I leave it without subscribers. When I put subscribers only, these guys don't come in here. They can't come in here because they ain't gonna waste their time waiting so long and then coming in and try to troll and shit. Know what I'm gonna do? Know what I'm gonna do with you, bro? This is what I'm gonna do with you. Hold on. Yo, what up, Nate? Nate the Great in the building. Hold on, guys. Bear with me a minute. There we go. There we go. So my my uh my title say, do these YouTubers have a social life outside of YouTube? Because I see people spending a lot of time on YouTube, and and they young, they young, they very young. A lot of these people, they don't even pass their 40s. To me, that's young. That's real young. Um, what I was gonna say, do they have a social life? Because every time I tune in, it's the same people, like over and over, and remember, I already went through life, man. I'm already settled. You understand? This is why I could talk about this. I already had my social life. I already accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in life. I'm just retired here, and I have all the time I want to get on YouTube and do whatever I want. And I choose not to because YouTube is not my life. You understand? But yes, I go and I visit pages, I go say, channels, I go say what's up and blah blah blah. And once in a while, I'll stay there and conversate and conversate in the chat and whatnot. And once in a blue, you will catch me up on a panel, right? Once in a blue, it's rare. To me, it's like a privilege having me up there because you never know when you're gonna get me again up on the panel, right? So this is what I'm saying. A lot of these people, a lot of these people, they're on YouTube, and they be there for a long time, like, and every day. I'm sorry, but where's your social life? I mean, I'll be honest. Half of these people here, I've never even seen them talk about. I'm going out tonight on a date. I'm going out with somebody. Tonight I got a date. Me and my not my. I don't mean girlfriend, but it's still called. Even if she's a girl, it's called. I'm going out with a girlfriend, even though she's not really your girlfriend. But that's the way we say it. I'm going out with this girl tonight. I'll have a couple of drinks. I know her for a while already. It doesn't necessarily means that that's your girlfriend when you say I'm going out with a girlfriend. You understand? Now, I'm just curious because it's like, do they have a social life out of YouTube. I had a big social life when I lived in New York. Once I moved to Florida, that went out the window. Because what? Let me tell you something. When I moved to Florida, I I came over here. I didn't know nobody, and I still don't. My neighbors. That's all I know. When I go up and down, uh, I don't even know them personally. I don't interact with them. It's like, hi, how you doing? Hi, bye. When I'm doing my walks, my exercise, or I'm riding my bike, whatever the case is, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. That's that's how I know my neighbors. I don't even know their names. Well, the ones that live like here, like 2 to 3 houses down from me, each time, like that, I know their name and everything because I see them constantly. But when I go around the neighborhood, I don't know them. After one, two, three, after 3 houses down from me on each side and in the front, I don't know their name. Yeah. Not only that, Nate, it's not about, throwing a lot of live streams or like that. It's just that everywhere I go, it's like certain people, they always there and they be there for hours and hours. I'm like, don't these people have a life outside of this? That's why I put that title. It's not to offend anybody or I'm not going at anybody because I'm not. You understand? That's not my style. You should know me by now. But I'm just curious. Randy Jean, what it do? What it do, boo? Randy Jean in the building. So you fell asleep last night, Dusty, at Randy's. I heard it. I heard her for a little bit, and then I left. You understand? Because it's kind of late for me. I got to turn off. My wife is sleeping. All that. All that good shit. Uh, I'm to be honest, I'm just curious. Because let me edit this. Let me put subscribers only because I don't want these trolls. I was gonna leave it like that. Put it for 20 minutes only. I usually put it for an hour, 2 hours, but I put it for 20 minutes only. Um, yeah, I'm just trying. Thank you, Randy. Uh, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Like man, I'm like, where these people get all this time? Like, I got all the time. I got all the time. And in the beginning, like 3 years ago, well, what we going on since the C-19, the pandemic? We going let me see that. When was it that hit? 2020, right? I think it was like um I think it was February 2020, something like that. So I'm going through this for a couple years, a couple long years now. And when I first started, yes, I did it, but I keep seeing these people, year after year after year with the same thing. And sometimes, I question myself, do they have jobs? Do they, I don't know, man. It's just, you tell me, put something in the comment because like I said, I already went through my social life. I got tired of that shit. Remember, I'm an older person. I might look a little younger than I am, than I really am. But when we moved over here, I moved without knowing nobody. So the social life went out the window. And to be honest with you, I don't like nobody in my house. So I don't be inviting my neighbors to my house. I don't like nobody in my house. I don't like nobody staying in my house. I don't even like, to be honest, I don't even like relatives staying in my house. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So at that time, it was okay because we have no movement, though, Randy. We have no type of movement. We didn't have no type of movement. What's up, Luico? Yo, Luico, let's see if we get a little gaming on tonight. Maybe I don't know, man. If not, we'll try tomorrow. I haven't played, bro. I haven't played since that last time. I haven't played, and I moved out here. I didn't know nobody, but I thank God that at least my wife, made friends, and her coworkers. She got two ladies that they don't live far from here, and whenever they throw a party or they want to go out to dinner, or it's one of their birthdays, she goes out. So she socializes. She socializes with people from work. You understand? And that's cool. At least she's a little younger than me. Uh, but me, that shit is out the window. I don't need socializing. All I need is my fishing and my gaming. Yeah, I just keep to my music and keep swimming. That's it. That's what you're supposed to do, man. Rico, what up, Rico in the building? That's what you're supposed to do, bro. Stay in your lane and keep swimming. Keep going. You ain't gotta satisfy everybody and get into arguments with people and stuff like that. This is YouTube, bro. You don't see me arguing with nobody because I don't give a fuck about anybody that like to argue. You understand? I ain't got time for that nonsense. Yeah, this app, Nate, this app is their lives. This app is their lives, literally. That's right. Don't talk. Don't I say don't put your stuff out on Broadway because people gonna use it against you. People that are gonna hate on you. Let me tell you something. These people are so invested in YouTube that when they see your channel growing, that's when the envy and the hate comes. And it usually comes from the people that you hang out with on YouTube. So you need to watch it with that. Well, that's right. You stick to your lives, you stick to you, you stick to your children, take care of your children and all that. You do your little lives at night, play your music, smoke your weed, and that's it. It says, to her, for me, please. What what you meant by that? By that comment that I just pinned on the panel, Randy? I didn't get that. It says to her for me, please. I didn't get that. Can you write that all over again? Oh, you got a couple of grandkids, Gina. I didn't know you had grandkids. You know, I don't have grandkids. I got two boys. I got two boys. I don't have one grandkid. I don't have grandkids. Hey, I want to congratulate my son, my 21-year-old. He graduated from college. His graduation is next month in UCF, University of Central Florida. That's where his graduation is gonna be. Uh, I'm very happy for him. Congratulations to him because he didn't get his high school graduation because that's when the pandemic hit hard. You understand? And they canceled his graduation in high school because of the pandemic. So he didn't get no graduation, and we were so sad because we already had the cap and gown. We had everything to go. You understand? And then that pickle came around, and there was no graduations in Florida. The schools were, we were all on lockdown. You understand? So I want to congratulate my son, for graduating college, and I love you, son. I be checking the Cash App once in a while because I be getting Cash Apps, but since my phone is plugged in, I don't hear them. So I like to, Hey, yo, Exile, what's up, baby? Come up here for a minute. I haven't kicked it with you in a long time, bro. Exile in the building. Exile's in the building, yo. My brother speaks the truth. Yeah, evil is evil. You already know. And evil follows you everywhere you go. But there's also good and angels right behind you, eliminating that evil. Those are God's soldiers. So you stood up to somebody that nobody else would stand up to. That person can't call so mom in the building. That person's from YouTube. Is the thing pinned? Yeah, the thing is pinned. Hold on. Let me scroll down because I got a couple of people that came in so I can salute them. Because I've been reading. Yo, Kenny Cutthroat in the building. I've been reading the chats. Let me go scroll down, bro. Cause I'm all the way up there and I'm not paying attention to the newer chats. John Columinati, what's going on? Yeah, 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 yep. John, you right. I mean, it is what it is, man. Truth is the truth. It's like I say, when the pandemic, Kenny could tell you, Kenny, we've been around since the pandemic. And we had nowhere to go. It's okay. We have nowhere to go. So it was okay to spend time here. This was our entertainment. Cool. Cool. But what about now? What about now? Yeah, I think these people listen, and now they moving into Discord. Now they moving into Discord, and you get all this bochinche, all this gossip on YouTube, and that's not enough for you. So now they open up Discord, and they with the bochinche and the gossip over there. But over there, it's like to them, it's like Clubhouse. You go into a voice chat with 20, 25 people in it. It's a hassle having 10 on the panel. Imagine 10, 25 people in a voice chat in Discord. We had an excuse when we were on YouTube all day long. We had the pandemic. Me and Kenny had the pandemic. We were on here. That's the only time we have. He knows it. We used to have fun up in here. It wasn't like now. We all got along at that time. Not no more. Hold on, Axel. I got you.
Yo,
That's
what's
you,
up, bro?
Axel?
Yeah, it's me, bro.
What up, brother?
Nothing much, man. One of the realest on YouTube. You might give me credit, true, but in all of this wicked stuff out here, bro, you've always kept your heart, man, and kept it 100, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I try, man. I try to break it down to these people as much as I could. My next live is gonna be, are you too invested in YouTube? That's my next one. That's Monday. If you could pass around.
Yeah, I seem invested sometimes myself, but I just hate to see people hurt. You know what I'm saying?
But you protect them people. You understand? I see what you do. A lot of times, yeah,
Yeah, I
you
do the
troll the
best to
trolls
be
and
a
you tell it
diversion.
like it is.
Yeah, I do the best to be a diversion. I've learned over my years on YouTube. The worst thing a motherfucking vile person hates is being sorry for the cursing, but the worst thing they
That's all
hate
right.
is being called out on their BS.
Exactly. And there's a lot of bullies out there.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
bullies. There's a lot of
I
bullies.
mean, I hate to say it. I'm even friends with some of them guys. You know, I
Mhm.
see the good in people. I don't see the bad in people.
The bad.
You know, when you're rotten to the core, you'll know because I won't be seen around you. I even tried to give that dude Rebel a chance once upon a time, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know that for the first time I seen videos on that dude. Man, the way he just went at people because they stopped donating and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, bro, did that really come out his mouth?
Yeah, man. At first, I thought it was he was driven like that, but nah, that dude has been like that. When I researched the history enough, watched the character, experienced the character full hand, did nothing wrong to him, and he turned on me, I was like, yeah, yeah, everything they say is true. But you
Is
gotta,
he
you gotta let
bipolar?
people. I I don't know, bro. I'm not a medical professional. I can't call it, but he's definitely. I can tell you this much as an individual, knowing that there's people out there with mental health and witnessing people that have mental health. He's definitely got some mental health issues.
Yeah, yo, Brian, drinks and discussions in the building, man. Salute, Brian. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with what you just said. Who
Yeah,
is
man.
this?
I mean,
Who is this?
I try to get him to focus more on his channel when I was around him, and not focus on all of the hatred or firing back at
Yo,
people.
wait, hold on. Hold on a minute. I usually don't leave nobody up here I don't know, but you cammed up. Who are you?
That's my husband you're speaking to. I'm Eliza.
Oh! Wow! Get out!
Yeah, that would be my wife, bro.
Whoa! I didn't know that. I get 2 for 1.
Yeah. How
Glad
you
to
doing?
meet you. My name is True.
Nice to meet you, True Honey. My name is Eliza. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. It's a privilege to have your husband up here. Because I get along with him. I get along with him, and it's like I said, I get 2 for 1, man. Buy one get one free.
Right?
Nah, it's not 2 for 1. We are one, bro. We are
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And let me tell you something. I've been with my wife. We're going on. I think it's 25 years. I got to do the math. I'm so bad. We've been together since '99.
Mm.
Uh, that's what 99. We're going on 2024.
Ooh,
Nearly
over
25 years.
25. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't feel
I think it's January 16th.
don't feel bad. We
And
do that all the time. We're like, oh my God, we've been married so long. I can't even. We actually have to do work to actually count the years now.
and we won. We won. We just we it's like you say, we won between
Right.
both of y'all. Y'all won, not two. Two is
Exactly.
separation. One is together. Uh, it's a two-way street. When you become one, it's a two-way street. I've always said it. I don't know if you know Exile. I've always said, I was son of a gun out in those streets, right? And I didn't take no BS from nobody. Coming from the Lower East Side, lived 22 years in the Bronx. But once I walked in through that door, I wasn't the. I left my badass jacket at the door.
Right.
My wife ruled the house. I ruled the streets.
See, and me and my wife was talking about that earlier today. I mean, men have to humble themselves. At the end of the day, we are the providers. And the writings might tell us that we're the head of the house, but technically the women's are the cool level headed minds that bring us down when we're mentally in the wrong place and we're finna fuck everything up, bro.
Well, the actually what we actually said earlier, and this is what I had said because my husband sat there and made the comment that he just made. And I said, honestly, I believe that, that is true. But I believe if I'm going to give more strength to a P word, it would be protector more
Yeah,
so than because honestly, the way I see the family dynamic, we are the more, the female is honestly, well, let me say this. If you have the right partner, because this is not for everybody, just because you sign a piece of paper don't mean that your life is going to go smooth. Okay. But if you have the right partner, well, she's your multiplier. She's your glue and your multiplier. She multiplies everything, everything, right? So your job is to protect the multiplier. It's almost like playing chess, except for, it's reversed in chess. It's the queen's job to go ahead and protect her king. But even in that, some cases, but, we are the multipliers. We're for those that want to stay home, have children, you know what? Yes, men are the providers, and that's a beautiful thing. For those that choose not to stay home, that want to go ahead and have their career, at the end of the day, the men are still the provider. Well, they're the protector. That's one of the reasons I chose that word. And whenever
yeah,
you choose, when I say protector, a lot of people, let me emphasize what I mean. It is the man, the king's job to be able to protect their lady, their mental, emotional, spiritual, everything, their space, right? And the reason why is because they are the multiplier. So if you know that your space is clean, it's clear, under control, sorry for giving out the Noxzema commercial, but know that everything is good, right? Then no man
yeah,
ever have to fear and or worry about what is being multiplied at his space. That means that you
exactly.
already know if you left that space and it was clear, it was beautiful, it was calm, it was peaceful. Go ahead here, baby. If you said
Uh,
that's how you that space, then you already know when you come back, it's gonna be multiplied by that, right? That means as soon as you come in, dinner is already gonna be made. It's already
right.
gonna have environment, more than likely your place is already going to be clean. Why? Because she can now be able to go ahead and do all these things in a peaceful mindset. Whenever she's in a peaceful mindset, happy spirits and stuff like this. I don't know if y'all notice, but people tend to move a little faster when they got a little pep in their step.
That's right. That's right.
I mean,
It's two facts. What you just said. It's two facts. My wife, when I met her, my wife, working woman,
mm,
obviously single, uh, no
let's hope so.
kids,
No
you
kids.
know,
Okay.
and she told me from the beginning, you make money, I make money, but I'm independent. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? She said I'm independent, and she showed me right from the get go. Like she told me, I don't need a man to take care of me. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying something wrong with that, but she's
Right.
always been like that. She's always worked since she was young. But it was great because when those paychecks came together and my
It's
little
beautiful.
street hustle came together, the bank started growing. You understand? Started growing more, which it helped us get out of New York in the long run. But she's always worked like she should be here. She probably just got here at this time. She usually get here about 3:45. Blah blah. Now she goes, undresses, puts her house clothes on, and she starts cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she don't like me. I know how to cook, but she don't like me touching the kitchen because she says I make a big mess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right, all right. She cooks, she washes it, and she works. You understand? But it's hard to find a woman like that these days.
Um, Believe it or not, I'm going to disagree. I don't think that it's hard to find a woman like that. I think that the way society
Really?
is, yeah. Now hear me out
Really?
because mine is,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to say unpopular opinion, but it's very much a different mindset, right?
Okay.
Um, I believe that a lot of these women are here and waiting very much to go back into a very comfortable form or a comfortable state of being. But because of the way society has now structured things, such as you need a two or more whole household incomes to be able to go ahead and just afford one place. You know what I mean? They don't even want you really home long enough to even raise your children. Much less, on top of the fact that all we see as far as examples are examples of toxic traits, toxic families, toxic ways to be, even in the conversations that we are comfortable with having on social media, being that now, that's also an avenue that many people take. It's very rare that you actually get a whole crowd full whenever you're talking peace and, community and unity, right?
Right.
Versus if you sit there and go ahead and start talking on some topic of drama, of excess, of chaos, confusion, and how the masses flock, right? So we're out there. It's just if what you're if what you're expecting, and once again, actions speak louder than words. So even if you're sitting there saying, "Well, hello, ma'am, how are you doing today?" instead of, "Hey, yo, shorty, what that ass do?" You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yes.
um, Even with that, it's one of those type of situations where not only are we listening to your words, but we're also looking at your actions. If your actions aren't following suit, then no, we're not going to sit there and let down that guard. And for a lot of men to go ahead and see the kind of woman that we are talking about, a lot of times she has to be in a peaceful state of place. She has to be in a peaceful
Right.
state of mind. She's not going to want to cook for you, clean for you, be able to pay homage to you, go ahead and, wash your body, wash you down, scrub your feet, do all these things that a lot of men claim they want, right? She's not going to
Right.
do that if she is in a chaotic space. She's not going to do that if she has to worry about where this is coming from, where this is coming from. She's not going to do that if she can't trust you, if she can't be comfortable enough with you to sit there and bring things and issues to you. If she's one of those women that feel like, well, fuck it, I'll go ahead and do it myself.
Right. Right.
It's not.
They needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
They're needles in a haystack. To me, they're needles in a haystack because these women these days don't even know how to cook. I'm sorry. That's It is what it
No,
is.
I
I
mean,
mean, not
you're
everybody. I'm not
you're
saying
not gonna
everybody, but most of them.
no, you're not gonna get any pushback from me. I know a lot of women that don't know how to cook. I've been cooking since I was young, but mind you,
Exactly.
I've been
See?
cooking for well, I'm adopted, and my mother was 49 when she adopted me. So when I say
Oh,
old
wow.
school, baby,
God bless
I'm
you.
old school.
Yeah.
Like cut from a whole nother cloth, right? So the only time I got on, first of all, YouTube is a thing. You can learn to go onto, you can go on YouTube. They have people that cook. You can learn how to cook certain meals. You can even put a certain meal in there. It will pop up the ingredients. You can sit there and find a really short way to cook it. If you want to sit there and do it by hand, by scratch, you will find ways to be able to do that too. So for me, there's no excuse for a woman not to be able to cook. I'm cooking Southern style foods. My husband is used to eating more Mexican style foods. So I had to learn because I didn't want to, one, pay for it, and then two, have somebody else cooking, for my man the way I should be
Let me
cooking for
ask
my
you
man.
something. Sorry
Yes.
to interrupt you. Do you cook soul food?
Oh yes.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, we love the chicken, obviously.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
She can cook gumbo. She can cook
oh my
chili.
God.
She can cook fried chicken, fish. She can do all
Really?
that.
My wife
Yeah.
just did a shrimp gumbo for me, like about 2 months ago, I think.
Got shrimp scampi. We got that. Yes, we got macaroni casserole. We got all
Hmm.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Y'all making me hungry right now, though.
I know. I
Hey,
had to
hey,
get my fruit boxes so I could sit there and eat because I was craving some sugar earlier, and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna.
and Exile's white, right?
Mhm.
Because I seen him on cam. He cammed up.
Yeah, I'm Jewish and Latino. I'm German, Jew, and Latino.
Yeah, you white.
Yep,
Right.
I'm white.
In my book.
I'm white. Yeah,
Right. Tell him, sister.
I'm white to my family members that are Latino too. I'm white.
Okay, but you got it. You got it. You just a mixed puppy. I'm pure Puerto Rican. I was born in Puerto Rico, raised between New York and Puerto Rico, but I'm pure Puerto Rican. Um, but it's beautiful the way you guys get along. You understand? It's like, you know, these kids, all they do is get a girl, and all they do is argue, and it's not like old school. It's like Eliza said, the way they approach a woman, and don't get me wrong, there's some ghetto women out there too that
Oh
talk just
yes.
like the ghetto mans, because I know a lot of them from the LES, Lower East Side, and I know a lot of them from the Bronx. And I
Mm-hmm.
speak to them on the. I'll tell you. I'm gonna give you an example. My sisters. I got 8 sisters.
Mm.
Out of 8, maybe 3 have good when they speak, vocabulary, great
Mhm.
vocabulary. But the other ones are ghetto, man. These girls are just they. I'll be honest with you, they straight
They
up
like
ghetto.
some of them dudes. Let me come fuck your life
Dude,
up.
dude, my sister, yo, exile. My sisters will pull out a knife and jig you, bro. Straight up and down.
Oh,
I'm not lying. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I
oh,
say these. Huh?
that's hold on. You say that's ghetto. You got to remember, we grew up in the hood. That's normal. It's just
South Bronx. South Bronx. That's the hood. Straight up
look, we
hood.
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
all
that's
I'm saying,
it.
hey, we got set up chicks too. Like
Really.
we got that to sit there and smile real sweet in your face and sit there and you don't even know that the stuff is right there at your chest, at your rib, and all you gotta do is do a little, put a little bit of pressure on it. She ain't even
Oh
gotta sit
yeah,
there.
we got a
Yeah.
case out here. I was looking at a couple months ago. The dude's defense was the chick tried to set his ass up.
Mhm.
That happens every day in New York. I mean,
Yep.
hundreds of times a day in New York, setting people up. You just gotta watch it. But yeah, back to that topic.
Mhm.
there's women that are ghetto too. You understand? And that's their language these days. That's the way they communicate with each other these days.
It's sad but
Really
true.
calling each other bitches and hoes and all that negative like verbiage towards each other instead of building each other up. I'd have to agree for the most part.
I'm gonna say it like this because I mean I agree with both of you gentlemen, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it like this. I don't really see it as ghetto as a language like that. I see it as these women are speaking a language of trauma. And trauma understands trauma. This is why you have a lot of people that would trauma bond. This is why you have a lot of people that will attach to somebody else just because they share a certain type of trauma. This is also why you have people pleasers. A lot of people don't even realize people pleasing actually comes out of a space of not feeling safe. So you're trying to do everything you can so that the person remains happy so that you can be able to get out of a situation safely. Or so you can kind of get what you want depending on where, if you're leaning towards more manipulation or not. But, a lot of things are based out of trauma. And so, when we're talking about, the area where trauma is rampant, right? And if we're going ahead and if we're keeping it a whole buck, that's the language that's actually being spoken. A lot of people are like, oh, they're speaking ghetto, they speaking hood. It's not really so much that they're speaking hood because shit, I'm from the hood. And, I get all the time, oh my goodness, you sound so intelligent. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm thinking in my head, whatever you do, do not say for a black woman. Do not say for I promise. I be thinking it in my head, right? I'm like, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. For your safety, not mine, don't do it. you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, but my mother was a teacher. She was an English major.
right.
When kids got sentences, I got paragraphs. I,
Yeah.
I I
Oh,
I prayed for sentences some days. Whenever I got in trouble, I literally had to write a 4 and 5 page thesis on why I got in trouble. You would have thought that it would have been great for college. No, not whenever you're 8 and you couldn't even really express that you were angry and you weren't able to go ahead and you weren't given the space to express your anger and your frustration to get it out, or has somebody that was compassionate enough to pretty much break down and explain to you why you were feeling the way you were feeling. So um for me, whenever I hear these women sitting there saying, hey yo bitch, you this, you that, I'm a dog walk you, yada yada yada, because yeah, I got some peoples from Brooklyn. I got some
I
peoples
hear
from
you.
um but when I hear them, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm hearing the pain that's deeper in that, because honestly, if you kind of felt a little bit better about a few things. One, your situation, however it looks. One, your placement, however it looks. Two, your past, your history, the things that make up you, and however that looks. Because once again, it's different for everybody. If you sat there and felt a little bit more comfortable, you wouldn't even have to sit there and tell them. You wouldn't have to sit there and tell them that you're going to dog walk them. Whenever you sit there and you're resorting to force. Now, once again, I do not condone violence, but I'm also not Jesus. Okay.
That's right.
I'm not the one that's gonna turn another cheek, baby. I'm gonna turn a whole 360 and whatever, hey, whatever come your way, come your way. It is what it is, baby. My hands are ready to eat for everyone. Just gonna put that out there. Um, but whenever it comes to, even in that, you can literally hear the trauma that is in that, because now that means that what, I am so upset and I don't know how to regulate my stuff, so much so. And obviously, this person keeps poking and poking and poking. So the only thing I can do is lash out physically.
Right.
Instead of calming down, taking a few breaths, now that, putting your brain back into a place where you can think rationally and being able to walk away, being able to just sit there and say, okay, you know what? This ain't for me. If you're on a live, just being able to leave. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
instead of feeling, oh, I gotta stay here because of blah blah blah, or I gotta do this because I gotta sit there and hold my ground. No,
I don't believe in that. I ain't gonna stay nowhere getting humiliated. I just
I'm not
leave.
one. That
I
that
don't. I
was
don't
a
have time for nonsense.
that was a faux pas for me. That's something that I had to learn, and luckily, I learned it in my 20s, and I am nowhere close to it. But I did learn in my 20s. And part of what I learned is one, I don't have to be anywhere where I feel like I'm not being loved, valued, and appreciated.
And
And
why people do that every day on these drama channels? They get banged on all day long, and they'll jump from one drama channel to another drama channel, and then they got all the stalkers follow that person and bang the person over there too.
well, think about
Getting
it.
humiliated on a panel all day long.
But here, let me put it to you like this. Okay, so we all grew up in the hood, right? At the end of the day, do you feel safer in the hood or in the suburbs? Right now, if you had to sit
Um,
there in the
right
suburbs at
now,
night, if you had to sit there and drive through either the hood or the suburbs, would you feel more
I,
comfortable in the suburbs?
I can't answer that because I've always walked with my head high, and I go through any hood and any suburb. So I don't know. It's like I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. If you could walk the hood, you could walk anywhere,
But see, and you know
I
what?
feel safer in the hood than I do the suburbs. In the suburbs, I'm more worried about the
right?
police.
Right. You know something? Because they'll be like, "Yo, who's that? Who's that?" Next thing you know, you got 20 people calling 911.
Mm-hmm. Over nothing for real.
And I'm more scared of the popo these days. You
Exactly.
understand? When they pull you, listen, I got pulled over, right? I'm in the, I live, in a nice neighborhood. You understand? Not a rich community. Yes, they got their little rich sections, and whatnot. I got pulled over. All right. The man was white. I'm gonna say it straight out. The cop was white. Bro, I put my hands on the steering wheel, like I felt fear, bro. You heard?
Well,
Let
see,
Yeah.
me see
here,
you, Randy. Let me see you for a minute.
well,
For a
see, here's
second.
the
Wait, hold on.
here's the.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Oh, okay.
Uh, hey,
Hi,
Randy.
Miss.
Randy. Welcome, Randy, to the panel.
Hi, Miss
Hello.
Jean. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? You speaking facts up here. I'm
Look,
just saying.
I had just gotten up from a nap, and I'm sitting here eating some fruit because I thought it was going to be a great idea to go ahead and stop processed sugar right before Halloween, and I really didn't think it through. And I began
Girl,
to
I'm
see like,
telling you, I was looking at the Skittles yesterday. I'm like, that's red. That's red.
right,
You know,
right.
red's forever food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do that too. I'm 40, so I'm trying to hit that, getting into my grandma mode where I got to stay alive.
You don't
Right,
even
right.
look it.
Well, I have
Well,
stage 3 cancer too, so I'm trying to fight for my life at the same time is trying to
I
fix
Yeah,
know.
my
I
health
know.
because what you put in your body is what you are.
that's
exactly.
true. That's true.
But the reason that I asked initially, if you felt where you felt more comfortable, it's because of this. You were speaking of, oh well, not Miss Jean, but Mr. True. You were speaking that you know what, a lot of people they go from one traumatic experience to another, to another, to another. Here's the
Mhm.
reason I asked that. All of us sat there and said that we all grew up in the hood. At the end of the day, at night, we were always going to feel safer in the hood because we already know what to expect. If
Mhm.
something
Word.
pops up, we are more inclined to be able to get out of it and be able to make it home because we know what to expect. If we end up getting a cop in the hood, we already know, do you know what, they on some BS? They might sit there and try to frisk us, whatever, whatever. We can go
Right.
ahead and if we end up getting with a mugger, I mean, shit, we can either sit there and pull out that thing. We can sit there,
Yeah. Yeah.
face it or whatever. But we still have, knowledge as far as how to be able to get home, right? Or how to,
Right.
our chances of being able to make it home in one piece. Now, if you go to the suburbs and you're not from the suburbs, and you already gonna sit there and feel uncomfortable because you either got a whole lot of lights on or a whole lot of lights off, and then you got all these people that are coming out and trying to ask you questions. They trying to investigate you, bro. I don't know you. I'm just trying to go home. I'm not trying to have no damn conversation. You sitting here looking like you eat people. You sitting here looking like you gonna call the cops. You got them on speed dial. You looking like you fucking the police. Look, I don't feel comfortable. Okay,
Mhm.
I
Right.
just want to get home. Well, the reason I even said that was because whenever we are dealing with people, especially people that have a lot of trauma,
Mm-hmm.
it is the devil they know. It is what they are comfortable with. So a lot of times they're going to go from one traumatic or one trauma filled situation. This can be a panel. This can be a situation in life. This can be a man or a woman. This can be something very, very toxic. Hell, insert here, right? And a lot of
Right.
times, if there is a lesson to be learned, a lot of people don't like this, but no, the way I feel about it, your feelings really don't matter whenever there's facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't like want to hear this, but it doesn't take away from the truth of it.
Nope.
If you are not able to learn the lesson that is there, even throughout all of your anger and your emotions and everything else, if you're not able to see it as a whole picture and to learn the lesson that you need to learn, you will repeat it. It's not so much that you are doomed to repeat it, but you will almost guaranteedly repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of goes from people that are, oh, well, you know what? I was with a man that used to sit there and beat my ass, yada, yada, yada. I got away from him, but then you end up going to another guy. This is what I like to call same shitty gift, just different wrapping paper.
Yep.
You end up going to another guy and he's doing the same thing, and you can't sit there and figure out is it a beat me sign on me. This goes to the men that are dealing with the women that are once again like setup chicks, like, oh, well, you know what, she only want me for my money, she only want me for my bread, she don't care, yada 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 yada. But
Mm-hmm.
bruh, if you literally have a first date to where you sit here and talk about, nah, let's go somewhere where I'm spending $400 and $500 on you, not understanding that you are then setting the rules, or you're setting the boundaries, or you're setting the precedents, right,
Right.
for how you will treat her every other day during or after this day of you all's interaction. If you already sitting there and throwing 500 at me on the first date, bro, I will never talk to you again. Because one, I know you can't keep up with it. Two, if you can't keep up with it, I'm gonna sit there and think you got some life insurance. You're gonna try to knock me off. I don't know. I grew up watching forensic files and horror shit. So, what I'm not gonna be caught is lacking. You dig?
Right.
Um, but that's just me, right? So I mean, even with that, but then these are the same dudes that'll be like, oh, well, you know what, these bitches, these are gold diggers and da 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 da. Well, my God, you sat there and spent $500 on some motherfucking shit she didn't even fucking eat. What you expect?
She didn't
Exactly.
even ask for that.
Like,
No,
but
but
I
that
mean,
would be the first thing that that man throws in her face too,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly,
even if she didn't ask for it.
This is
exactly.
true.
I'll
So
be right
Because
back. All right, hold
already,
it
if you're
down.
throwing that much money, you're assuming you can buy this woman. True. I appreciate you for letting me up, brother. My wife would probably stay up here and chit chat with y'all. I gotta go pick some kids up from school.
I was
All
actually just
right,
gonna
all right.
do it. I was just about to ask, did you want me to do it or did you want to go? I think they'll be happy to
Oh,
see
look at
their
the co-parenting on the camera. I love it. You guys are in different rooms too, huh?
Yeah, I'm
They're in
actually in
different
my.
rooms. They be in different rooms. You guys are in
I'm in.
different rooms. Well, obviously, I don't hear him in the background.
I'm in the bedroom, and he's over in the kitchen. So not the kitchen, but like the living.
Oh,
No, he's cooking, washing dishes. That's so nice.
you guys are so
No,
cute.
not cooking, washing dishes. Because respectfully, as much as I love this man, he better leave my fucking dishwasher alone. No.
No, no spots.
Oh my God. Hey, hold it down for me, ladies. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay, we got you.
Yeah, but I feel
Um,
you on that one because you go in my kitchen, you're gonna have some problems.
and
Has to
I'm
be
one of
left
those.
the same way.
I love having a clean kitchen. I like being able to go into my kitchen and then just being able to cook and not be overwhelmed with feeling the need that I have to wipe down the countertops, I have to sweep the floor. You know what I mean? I got to do all this stuff before I can comfortably start cooking.
Exactly.
There's that old saying that I can't cook in a dirty kitchen. And if it's mine, if it's more like, let me not say dirty, if it's lived in to where, all right, all I got to do is sit there and, put a little bit of vinegar down, some water down. All I got to do is put a water on, on on a, what do they call it? Not a washcloth, dag nabbit, I'm about to say the wrong thing. Um, you know, on a sponge or something like that and just wipe down. Okay, I ain't tripping on that. If I walk into my kitchen and it looks like Hoarders United, yeah, we got a problem. I'm fighting somebody. Yes.
I
That's
just
going to
feel
be
like the
enough.
dirt's gonna be in the food too.
Exactly. Not only that, but I'm one of those people that I don't even put bowls or anything that's open, so no cups and no bowls under cabinetry. Because when you open, you don't actually know what is on the bottom of the cabinet or what is on the bottom of the part of it that sits there and stays placed in the wall. And so I
Yeah, and the
always feel
fan.
right, there's going to be something that's going to drop down on it.
Ugh.
Right. And I have cats and dogs. So
Me too.
I don't feel like trying to kill myself freaking dusting and sweeping and mopping and wiping down every single day. Okay, I'm lying. I do sit there and do that every single day, but it's not like an OCD.
She's like, I would like not to though. But
Hey,
it's a feel good thing. Do
hmm
you know what I mean? Like you feel better after you wipe it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know why that is?
Because it's clean.
Well, partially that. Think about it like this. Everything that is going on in your head initially comes out of you, right?
Right.
Regardless of whether it's positive or negative. This is one of the reasons they sit there and tell people, oh, you know what, speak positively, blah, 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 blah. Well, whenever there's a lot of chaos, confusion, there's a lot of anxiety, stress, you're overwhelmed, you have racing thoughts. And this is for people that have ADHD. I
Right.
have ADHD. You know, stuff like this. For some people that are bipolar, but I really can't speak on that too heavily because shit, I ain't got bipolar. I got people that are bipolar. I'm not. They might make me that way, but
I call it
I'm
tripolar because they try you after they're bipolar.
sure okay. That
Girl, I'm
part.
telling you. Just like,
But whenever it comes to that, you literally
mhm.
start to see clutter
Yep.
because this is literally how it looks in their mind. So whenever you're able to actually clean up a space and they are able to actually sit there or lay there and they can breathe without the mindset or without the
Pressure.
anxiety, fear, or the pressure, right, of having to clean it later.
I totally feel
That
you on that one. Ooh.
that literally it almost like it releases, you know, that fear. It releases that responsibility. It releases that obligation, that need. So it actually allows you to be able to relax a little bit. Now here's the thing, and this is where a lot of people get things confused. They think it's just, oh, well, if you see it and you're sitting in it, you'll get that way. No, 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 no. If you do it, if
Right.
somehow you sat there and said in your mind, this is a priority, so I'm going to stop and I'm going to clean this right now. So when I lay down, I don't have to do it later. Not only that, but I can look over and sit there and see the beautiful work that I've done. Not only
Mm-hmm.
does it sense of relaxation, but it also kind of gives you that sense of accomplishment, as in, I've completed this. A lot of
Exactly.
people, they don't give themselves enough praise. So, you know, instead of getting a hand clap or a pat on the back like we used to whenever we were kids, every single time you did something that was supposed to be seen as good, once again, without realizing that being that we've been doing it as kids, our brains are kind of wired to expect this whenever we've done something, whenever we've
Like
achieved
a
the
gold
goal.
star type thing.
Right.
Right.
Um, Once people transition to adulthood, even in a young adulthood, they stop doing that. So this way, your mind never kind of sits there and tells you that this job is completed. It's telling you that there's something else that needs to be done. There's something else that needs to be done. Have you ever seen somebody that has a goal that will meet their goal, but now their goal has branched off into 4 or 5 different things from that goal, and they just sit there and they seem to be tired and constantly feeling like they have to do and they have to move and they have to go, right,
Mm-hmm.
with no break. That's why whenever you see that, just sit there and tell them, hey, you know what, stop, take a breath, give yourself a hand clap for any and everything that you sat there and done, for all the goals that you've accomplished. Give your, you know, something as simple as give yourself a hand clap. Give yourself a pat on the back. It might not sound like a lot, right? It sounds silly to some people. It might not sound like a lot, but it literally links to your psyche. And so it literally tells your psyche, baby, you're done. You
Yep.
don't have to keep going. You don't have to keep pushing. You don't have to
But
sit
you
there and
just
try to.
said some real shit, real stuff right there with the breathing. She's absolutely right on the breathing. If you guys don't stop and take that minute to take that breath, it's just gonna build up, like she said.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, ladies,
Yes.
Yeah.
what do you ladies think about the title that I put up today? It says, "Do these YouTubers have a social life outside of YouTube?"
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that?
Oh, part of me wants
For
to
what you
say,
seen, for what you have seen, you understand?
go ahead, Randy. I'm gonna let you speak on that one first.
Yeah. I just hold on. My child just came down. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Okay, I'll go first then. Go ahead and take care of
Okay,
mommy.
okay.
Hmm. For a percentage of them, I will say yes. For a larger percent of them, I will say no. YouTube
So it's
is their
half
own.
and half.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to say a little more than half. They don't have a life outside of YouTube. This is
Uh,
their vice. This is their entertainment. This is I've seen people go to sleep to YouTube, wake up to YouTube, have lives that are in the butt crack early hours of dawn, depending on where they are in their state.
and
And
they
then
can't sleep. They can't sleep. Instead of turning on the TV, watching a little TV till they fall asleep, they get off from their bed and get on YouTube.
yeah, I mean, not only that, but if you can't sleep, me personally, I'm gonna sit there and say, why are you not just breathing? Just even in bed, just taking a minute to take some deep breaths, closing your mouth, breathing through your nose, and literally taking in the deep breaths and the extra oxygen. But no, they have to sit there and have instant gratification. They have to, their minds always have to be doing something.
Right,
And it's really
right.
sad. Um,
Yeah.
because once again, I see things a little differently. And I'm a little weird. And I'm completely okay with that because I love the fuck out of me. So with
I
that
think
being
you're awesome. Just to let you know.
thank you. But with that being said, right,
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of people who are afraid to deal with themselves, who are afraid to face themselves, who are afraid to be alone in their thoughts. So they use YouTube as a excess form of noise. It's almost like background noise. They'll use it for background noise or they use it for the escape factor. My husband used to always sit there and tell me because when we got together, he had a couple of vices. He would smoke weed, he would smoke cigarettes. Those were his vices. I didn't have a
Mhm.
vice. Actually, I did, but I didn't see it as a vice because it had multi services, right? Um, but dancing was my vice. Now, he used to sit there and say, babe, how are you going through this life and you have no vice? And you're dealing with the same crazy mofos that I'm dealing with all the time. I see them differently. I don't see them as crazy mofos. I sit there and see them as people who are hurting. And it's almost like you can sit there and say that you're seeing a rapid dog, but whenever you sit there and see it wounded and it's curled up and it's sitting there and hissing and pawing at you, you feel different versus if it's standing up growling, hissing and pawing at you versus it being on the ground wounded and you can see the wound. I can see the wound. I said, oh, well, I just think these people are crazy. Well, ironically, I think the people that they label crazy are the ones that are sane. I'm honestly afraid of the normies. They're the ones that scare me. Honestly, those are the
The
ones that
the the YouTube weirdos.
man, look, the normies scare me. These are the ones that can sit there and wear a mask on YouTube and in real society and be able to get away with all kinds of murder. These would be, I'm just giving a random example, and that's only because I just got done reading the last Holly book from Stephen King. So don't cover me. Well, I don't care. Come for me. I
Okay,
don't.
okay.
Um, I'm gonna get one spoiler. Sorry if y'all reading it. My bad, not my bad. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. Y'all can block it out. Um, but at the end of the book that I just read, there were two adorable older. It's an older couple. I mean, this older couple is like 78 to 86. older couple. These motherfuckers are killing people. They chopping them up and cooking them, and they're eating them every night. Yeah, this is why books are great.
What's the name of that book?
Oh, this was the man. Holly Gibson has so many damn books. I want to say this is
I
the
thought it was
last.
Stephen King.
Yeah, it's Stephen King, but it's like there are 4 books about Holly,
Okay,
and
okay.
yeah, so I want to say it's the latest one because I think one of them was Mr. Mercedes, one of them was The Outsider, another one was Actual Holly, and I think that's the actual name of the book. Is actually it's Holly, Holly.
Okay.
Um,
So they were
and
eating people?
yeah, yeah, they were eating people. They would sit there and they would take kids and they were fattening them up. Ironically, they okay. So can I ruin Halloween for y'all?
Oh, I
Yeah,
already
go
know what it's
ahead.
about. Go ahead, honey.
It's part of. It kind of goes part into this.
Ritual.
So it's more than that. Okay, so initially Halloween, the real version of Halloween, honestly, is the it goes under the same precedence as all of our holidays, every last one of them. Okay,
Hmm.
if you would love a series where I can come on and ruin every holiday for you, I will gladly do so. Um, but initially in this, I'm gonna just go ahead and make it short and sweet, right? The main reason that children actually go to people's houses is so they can go ahead and one, be tempted, and two, be given goodies, because back then it was actually cakes, pumpkins, cakes, snacks, sweetbreads, treats. It wasn't actually candy, hence the reason that the pumpkin
Yeah.
is that's so widely used. Pumpkin at this time was sweet. This is why if you sit there and make pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice shit, blah 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 blah, all of it is sweet. It was mixed with cinnamon, nutmeg, etc., right? So it made sweet bread, sweet cakes, sweet, cupcakes, things of this nature. They were called
Eat
something different.
everything.
Initially, what it was to lure children in. Hence them. Hi, babies, quiet, please. Hence them coming to the adult's house and getting hot cakes and sweet cakes. After that, what would happen would be that they would actually be snatched in or they'd be lured. They would be given the option. And this is something that I teach my children early on. Everything is a choice. Just because it's a choice you don't like doesn't take away from being a choice. What they would
Right.
do is they would sit there and say, "Hey, do you want to come inside to what we consider the dining room? There's more hot cakes, sweet cakes there." Now, any story that we've always heard of the good little children and the bad little children. We can figure out who the bad little children are, right? The ones that will leave the safety of their families, the area, blah, blah, blah. The ones that would go into the house to go ahead and get more cakes. Can you please tell him to be quiet? Bubba, stop. I'm on a live. Okay, I will go ahead and help you take the sock off, but can you please be quiet afterwards? Thank you. Okay, take it upstairs. Right? Okay, so, Bubba, go. Okay, thank you. I think he just wants to be heard right now, honestly. So I'm probably going to, pause here so I can go ahead and be mommy for a second. But initially, what they would do is that the bad little children are the ones that sat there and came in. Well, the bad little children they were tempted with more goodies and this and that. What they actually did is they pumped them up a little bit more, and then they would sit there and they would kill them, and then they would hang them upside down. They would bleed them, and then afterward, well, I mean, of course, they would torture them first. How dare I forget? They would torture them first, and anybody that knows anything about cortisol and how that goes in your blood, anybody that knows anything about the shit, what is that, baby? What is that shit that they now put in creams and stuff that actually came from the babies and being tortured and shit? It was a enzyme in the blood, huh? Yes, adrenochrome. Thank you.
Remember, people, this is a book from Stephen King. What she's
Well, no, no,
explaining here.
no, no, no. This part of the story is actually ruining Halloween for y'all.
Oh,
And then
the
I'm gonna get
Halloween. The Halloween. This is how Halloween was, back in the days.
right. What it is that they would sit there and torture the children, go ahead and get adrenochrome afterwards, and they would not only torture them with physically, but they would also break their spirits, hurt their feelings. Your family is never going to come. They're going to do that. They're going to replace you. They're going to end up having another one of you. Blah 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 blah. They really don't care. Blah blah. Blah. They would just do things to sit there and break the spirit and everything else, make the children give up, and then afterwards they would cook them and they would
Right.
eat them. Literally what they did for Halloween. So now, sorry, I'm sorry, I ramble. Took too long. Coming back full circle, right? So these older people that were in this book, that were snatching these children, that were doing the exact same thing to these children. And I mean, there were children. These people were able to get all over the country because, mind you, they're older people. Ain't nobody really looking at them like that. They would sit there and make sure that they followed the speed limit. They were, in high positions in society, so that that way, if a kid ever did escape or got away and sit there and try to snitch on them, no, they wouldn't do a thing like that. Look, they're sweet old people. Kind of bullshit, right? But yeah, back to the book. Yeah, these people were snatching up kids and they were eating kids. Yeah.
Damn.
It's just like Pinocchio. Think about that.
Oh yeah, the paradise, the island. The
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to think while I'm dealing with a cat, a dog, and kids. Give me a minute.
Oh, you're good, girl.
Hey,
Yeah.
Randy, thank you for coming up here.
Oh, no problem.
Oh,
We'll have
you're
more
welcome.
time now.
Thank you, and thank you, Eliza, too.
You know we're here for you, True.
Hmm. Whenever I can be, because I actually do have a life outside of social media.
Hmm.
Yeah, I put that title up. I get more people up on the panel. Check that out.
Yes, because it's a clickbaity title. I know somebody else that uses a lot of clickbait titles to be able to lure people in. And then whenever people are there long enough to sit there and actually hear the opinion of the host, and they realize that, it's not as shocking or as painful or as, scary as they thought it was going to be,
Right.
they start to sit there and say, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense using, the logical side of their brain,
Yeah.
which, yeah, laughing about that privately. I'll go ahead and discuss the private joke with y'all later. But once they're able to go ahead and do all that, then they're like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I like it over here because, it got me and it made sense. And now I agree with it. And so now I don't feel like I'm threatened. I don't feel like, you know what I mean? I'm
Right.
obligated to respond.
But I do talk about it. When I put a title up, I usually open up with it. Like when I
Mm.
when I start the show, and then I ask for the viewers' opinions, and then after I'm finished with the title, then I just open up like for everybody to come up on the panel, and we just stay here joking around and hanging out. Everyday normal talk.
Right. It's fun too.
Yeah, because I don't do drama. I don't. I mean,
Mm-mm.
Eliza, I don't. I'm not in the drama. I go to the drama community and I like to hear it sometimes until it gets boring. Then I leave, but I'm not into it really.
See, here's the funny thing about me. I used to be like that. It got to the point where not only did I not like drama, but it wasn't doing for me what I thought initially it was doing for me, right? And I kind of figured that it was just I've gotten to the point where I noticed that drama, just for drama's sake. Okay, I'm moving too fast because I know what I want to say. Let me go ahead and break it down because it's not just you listening, it's other masters. So let me go ahead and restart. For me, the way I live my life now, drama doesn't have the same attractive pull that it once had. Because I
Mhm.
mean, I used to sit there and love to be, just to listen to the drama on TikTok, on YouTube. Hell, even in TV shows, baby. Look, I'm gonna say I watched all the seasons of Love and Hip Hop.
Yep.
Atlanta. Love and
Yep.
Hip Hop, New York.
Yep.
Love and Hip Hop, Miami. Love and
All of
Hip
them.
Hop, all
All
of
of
them.
them.
Okay? Baby, look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, and I'm not gonna hold you. That was my shit. And when I sit there and tell you I watched that shit faithfully,
Yep.
baby. But I got into a point where that's not even amusing to me. That's not what I want to hear. I would rather be in a space where people are talking about what they consider conspiracy theories because,
Yep. That's where I'm at now too.
right, what I consider conspiracy theories, one, aren't theories. Two, they're not really conspiracy, they're facts. And then three, I also like to be able to talk to people who are open to expanding their thought process on things. I have this
Right.
joke that I've never lived inside the box. I have residence. I have property outside the box, baby. My property is big as fuck because don't nobody come out here. And it's beautiful and it's fun. If you guys are brave enough just to jump that fence and to sit there and leave the rest of the masses alone, I'm telling y'all, there's plenty of wilderness, there is plenty of space, plenty of land, there's plenty of stuff as well as amazing experiences that are to
I'm in
be
the
held.
woods. I'm over here laughing like this girl knows what she's talking about.
I'm
Let me tell
telling you.
you something. I took that step and I moved over here to Florida, and we own our own property. Actually, we own two. We own the one here, and we between me and my sister, we own the one in Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
My sister got a beautiful house over here, right on the sea, and I'm in Central. My sister's more to the west side of Florida, like where
Mhm.
Clearwater's at, Tampa Bay, like a little more up
Right.
north. Um, and I'm in Central, so I'm like 35 minutes away from Disney.
Mhm.
And we took that big step, and we don't, at times I'm like, damn, man, I wish I was in New York because I miss the cold, the snow, stuff like that. But then when I fall back into reality, I said, nah, don't need it,
Yep. It's just a
but
point when you get to your what do you call this? Comfortable in your
Mhm.
person in your being to where you know what you're gonna allow in and what you're not gonna allow out. You know what I
Right.
mean? So as far as the drama goes and stuff, you're only gonna allow certain amount, to even giggle at or even whatever play with or whatever they're doing.
Right.
But the other people that are all about the positive and about light and about spreading love and about just making someone's frown turn upside down is the type of people that people need to start learning from. They don't need to go for this negative stuff. They need to find enlightenment. They need to find light. They need to find love, not negativity of what they're used to. It's a
But
pattern.
right,
see, here is the thing, because you know what, I believe that heavily too. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in there. I've also gotten to a point where I realized that, you know what, I used to be very much, I had a message and I want to go ahead and spread the message, right? Like the most beautiful kind of STD. And I don't know if that exists, but bear with me, right?
Right, right.
So, and then I realized that after a while, because I would kind of get a little, I noticed I would get like a little irritated
Yes.
whenever I had a certain group, I had a certain amount of people that were listening to me. And it almost, on a masses, it feels like they're getting it. And then individually, it's like, baby, when I sit there and tell you that whole goose flew above their head and they didn't even see it. And I'm like, bro, were y'all listening to anything I said?
You're
And they
like,
were
why
like,
are you even here then if you're not going to listen to anything that I'm saying or
"Oh,
even take in?
exactly." And so for me, I realized, okay, whenever I started getting irritated, I had to really stop and sit there and say, all right, Eliza, hold on, what's going on, boo? Why are we getting irritated? Because, any kind of emotion that's coming that is not authentically of ours, that is not authentically ourselves, there's something deeper going on. And what we're not going to do is allow shit to fester. That's what we're not going to do, right? So I have conversations with myself all the fucking time. Y'all can call me crazy. I don't mind. I love being part of that fucking club. Um, but I'll sit there and have a conversation. I had, my conversation pretty much consisted of, we were wanting more people to get it, but we're almost trying to force the information down. And then I had to sit there and remind myself, those who are meant to understand that message will be, they will come, they will get it for what it is. If other people don't get it, it's not exactly that they're not meant for the message. They are not in a place for it to hit them the way it needs to hit them right now, and that's okay. The fact is that they heard it, and if we understand anything about the subconscious, from the moment you first open your eyes, from the day that you were born, hell, from the few minutes that you considered yourself alive in this realm, your subconscious remembers everything. It remembers every face of everybody that you've passed in passing, that you've driven past, every sign, every word, all of that shit. It
Right.
remembers it. So, this is every sound, smell, taste, all of that. So, with that being said, if the message is meant for you and it's just meant for you a little bit later, it'll pop up in your head and something will click. Then you will begin to sit there and have an interest in going in that direction, aka sowing seeds, right?
Right.
So instead of me being upset that people aren't really getting the fruit of the tree that I'm sitting here and spreading out, the fruit of my apple tree, so to speak, it's all right that some people are just taking seeds. And whenever, those seeds are still being watered, regardless of whether I'm present or not. And so guess what? As soon as the first bloom hits, they'll get what they need to get. And they'll sit there and have a drive and a pull to go ahead and do what they need to do. So I had to start reminding myself, you know what? You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Well, I actually know the actual etymology behind that. What it is, and I make that quick because I know I tend to ramble. What that is horses will not drink water that is not pure. They won't drink unclean water. They won't. And you can take a horse to water, but if that shit ain't clean from a fucking stream to naturally clean,
You
yeah, they're
can't make them drink. You're right.
not touching it. And they will literally die of thirst, and they will not. I mean, it is not just the, oh, well, when they get thirsty, they'll drink it. No, 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 no. Honestly, if I had a fucking spirit animal, bro, it would be a fucking horse, dead ass. Don't get me wrong. All these other animals, they badass in their own right. They beautiful. Don't get me wrong, baby. Look, my spirit animal is a motherfucking horse. They are stubborn as hell. They sit there and they stand four hooves down on what the fuck they said with their whole chest, they back, they sides, they tails, they bodies, they manes, they everything else. And if they don't want to, if they don't want to be, they can't be budged. The whole world can come crashing down. They will still stand tall, stand firm. They will. So, with that being said, that's actually the ideology behind you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So, if that's the case, it's not my job to force something on you. If you want it, it's here for you. If you don't want it, that's fine. But if you want it, that's fine too. If this resonates with you, here, take it. If it doesn't, that's cool. Have a great day. So I don't really bother myself with, you know, the mindset of the way people are today. I'm one of those, as long as I'm good, as long as I'm happy, as long as I control the shit that's around me that I actually have the power to control, I'm good. I'm golden and I'm Gucci.
I feel you on that one.
I'm still here, ladies. I'm just listening, doing things around this bedroom.
Yeah, I'm doing mom stuff while I'm talking to you guys.
I'm over here
You okay?
doing some stuff here, and I'm back. I'm back. I can finish this later on. I'm right here in the studio, and I'm getting like the parts to the GoPro that I have, and I have them all spread out. I'm trying to look for them and put them all into one bag. You know. Go out. What up, man? Yo, salute to everybody in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. You already know who this is. True L.E.S. Lillian Wall Projects, Lower East Side, Manhattan. You heard? And we got the beautiful Randy Jean and Eliza, which is Exile One's wife, here up on the panel, dropping knowledge for you guys. Marsha, I see you, Marsha. Thank you for stopping by. Hit the like button. All right, ladies, you can continue here with your conversation. I'm just learning from y'all.
Oh, no, you're good. I mean, that is the women are supposed to represent the wisdom. So, but that's a
Yeah.
whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Y'all don't want me
Right.
rambling.
She's like,
You
you don't
know
want me
what?
rambling. Girl, you was fine. You wasn't rambling. You speaking fast.
I'm about to say, look, when I sit there and tell you how deep I go in information that I like, that is interesting to me, I tell you what, I go pretty deep, but that's only
Well,
because I like rabbit holes. I like to slide down. I'm one of those that whenever people are going through the rabbit hole, they're going head first. I'm sitting here going feet first, going wee with my hands
right
up.
behind him.
Exactly. So, the stuff that I like, I mean, sometimes it scares people. That's why I sit there and I said the normies are the ones that scare me because, they're the ones that are be so quick to sit there and say, oh my goodness, don't talk about that. You don't know anything about that. You don't have the right to talk about that. Okay.
Right.
But I got proof, but okay, if you don't want it, what do I know? I'm just an adorable little black girl. Like my husband will tell you that is like my key phrase. But what do I know? And people be looking at me like, girl, stop.
And then something happens and you're like, what did I know?
Right, exactly. And I'm just like, I mean, we're not even gonna entertain the fact that I sat there and told you about 20 minutes that was gonna happen. Um, I hope they're all right.
I like the fact that you don't say I told you so. I love that because I don't either. I try to avoid that, but I say everything but that
Right.
because those are trigger words, I feel like, for people.
Okay. Wait, which charger are you trying to use, girl? Here, use this one. Girl, both of them are my chargers. What you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's all right. Nana, she's sitting here and she's trying to. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you asking me something? My daughter's just, my little mini me.
Oh no, she's just being her. You know what I mean? Kids are kids. They're gonna. Especially
Oh,
when there are mini me's, they're gonna do us to us.
baby, speaking of, oh my gosh, speaking of mini me's. So, wait, how many people are in the chat?
We
Let me ask.
got
We
14.
got 14 right now.
Okay, you know what? Then I feel comfortable in saying this. Okay, so my son the other day, it was what was it, Columbus Day. Now, mind you, I tend to explain things to my children with no lies. Why? This is the age of freaking Aquarius, aka this is the age of information. What I'm not gonna do is sit there and have my child be lost in a comfortable lie versus the hard, the truth. On top of the fact that these are, if we're gonna sit there and keep it a whole buck. These are Negro children, right? They need to be prepared. They need to be
Right.
advised, right? So I explained about Cristoforo de la Cullen or Cologne, right? Y'all know who
Right.
that is, right?
You talking about Christopher Columbus?
There you go.
It's
There you
yeah,
go.
Because in
There
Spanish,
you
that's what
go.
we call him, Cristobal Colon.
yeah. See,
So
I have
here's the
mixed kids too, so I know exactly what she's talking about.
so here's the thing. A lot of people don't even know he has three names. And so when I say one, this is how I know I'm talking to my peoples. Because when I say one, and there's a reason I say the Cullen one, right? When I say that one, and you truly understand that this was Christopher Columbus, he was also part of the Cullen family. He was also part of the Columbia or you know, the Columbia family, right? So with the Cullen family, does no one not realize that Cullen is the first part of Cullenizer? If I said that wrong, say it in your head, say it fast. If y'all some white people in here, don't get triggered. It's colonizer. I
Yeah,
ain't
so I
talking
just
about
yeah.
y'all, okay? I ain't talking about y'all. Well, look, this is gonna be the first time a black person's not talking about y'all specifically, okay? I'm not talking about y'all. I'm literally talking about colonization came from them. A lot of people sit there and think, oh no, that came from the British. No, it didn't. That shit came from them. And if you sit there and do a little bit more research, that kind of goes into, you know, the Pope and his relation to the face of the new world religion. But you know what? Y'all don't want that conversation. So I'm gonna give y'all a little tidbit. Y'all don't want that one because that's a big one. But whenever it comes to the Cullen family, and supposedly these people were what? They were Italian, right? Not white.
Right.
They were Italian. These are the people that sat there and founded colonialism. And a lot of people, once again, sit there and think that it started in England. No, it didn't, baby. Look, we had the fucking Southern Americas was hit, Northern Americas was hit, France was hit, over there
We
in
got hit.
England.
Puerto
Right.
Rico got hit.
Oh yeah, that's why I said that's Puerto Rico is part of the Southern Americas.
Right.
Y'all was here first, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Um,
I was actually reading up on that the other day because I
were
want to
you?
do a segment on the Taino Indian.
Ooh. Let my husband know when that is, because I stay away from electronics for decent periods of time. I mean, I'll be away from electronics, all electronics, for about a week to a month at a time. I take
Right.
detoxes off of a lot of different shit. So, but yeah, let me know when you're planning on having that, because I would love to be a part of that and
Right.
you know give a little bit of insight here and there. But the reason that I even sat there and brought this up is because so my son now, mind you, my younger babies are 8 and 9. When I sit there and tell you my son went to school, looked his principal dead in his eye, I really feel like I'm setting this up as a Key and Peele skit. I don't know why. Yeah, you know, look how they looked their wives in the eyes in the pit of her soul and said, "Bitch." No, it's kind of like that. My son, my son looked at the principal dead in his eye, in the pit of his soul, if you will. Sat there and said, "Me and my sister will not be celebrating Colonizer Day." When I look,
Ooh.
baby, when I heard it, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was not expecting it. But once again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop knowledge on my kids, right?
Right.
And it's gonna be in such a way to where some people might be offended. You can be in your feelings all day. My thing is, instead of you sitting there and trying to insult my son's character, prove him wrong. Prove him wrong.
Right.
I mean, we have a
It is
debate,
what
and
it
look,
is.
and
It
if he
happens.
can't debate being 8 years old, his mama damn sure can. So, was good, right?
Right.
Right.
So when I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Every single time, every day we drop our babies off at school. We got the principal, and there's this other lady that is there with the principal. The day my son said this, she would always give me this fake ass smile. You can tell what kind of lady it is. She would always give me this fake ass smile, you know, because I'm close enough to walk my babies to school. When I sit there and tell you, baby, after that day, all she does is mean mug me every single fucking time she see me. She mean mug me, and I just be laughing. I be
She
like,
got you got her. You got her.
baby. When I sit there and tell you, bitch, you know what? I officially think I live rent free in this bitch head, dead ass. Because when I sit there and tell you, we just went up there for the Halloween party. Now, mind you, my kids know what Halloween is really about. They
How old
also
is
know.
the kids? The kids, I mean, are they in grade school still?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine are 9 and 10, so they're the same age as hers, and I keep it 100 with them too, as far as because we were taught history wrong. I'm an '83 baby, so all
Right.
through the school they tried to give us all this stuff that was wrong. So I
Exactly.
went as I got older and started doing my own research in libraries and everything. You know what I mean? And books that we're not supposed to be in and type stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and keep teaching my kids what they taught me if you guys taught me wrong. We were all told this. So it is, I feel she's totally on the right trip with teaching them the right stuff because who is going to teach them the right stuff if the schools aren't.
Right, right.
And they have to know their cultural background. They have to know everything that can hurt them, that can benefit them, and all that. That is our jobs as parents. So
Exactly.
she's doing her job. Go ahead, mama.
Exactly. Well, not just that, but you know what? Whenever it comes to, I will never have my kids slacking. And, my mother, that was as much as I might not have agreed with the way of a lot of my upbringing, right? What my mom made sure to do was to go ahead and keep intact my interest for knowledge. Because
Right.
let's keep it a buck. Back then, especially in the 80s, because honey, I'm an 83 baby too. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't trying to say
Oh
my age.
wow, you guys are young.
I guess I just put it out there. I wasn't really trying to say my age. But
Well, I'm a
anywho,
'66 baby.
thank you. Now I feel extremely young. Thanks.
Look at me. I'm a
Well,
'66
you're
baby,
beautiful,
man.
ma.
Well, thank you guys. But one of the things that going to school, they'll sit there and do is they literally try to beat the desire to learn out of you, because it's almost like they try to make it so uncomfortable that you don't want to learn. You just want to go ahead and all of a sudden now work and go home. Now, mind you, if we
Right.
already understood why they even sat there and created the in quotation marks educational system,
Mm-hmm.
which correlated
Programming.
with another conversation my husband and I had about time.
Oh yeah,
I
that
still,
ages you too.
yeah,
Y'all
well, and
remember
not
what
just,
Prince said?
uh, no, not just that. I was sitting there and discussing with my husband how time doesn't exist the way he thinks it does, and
No,
how it
it don't.
actually, and how the only reason that it is a physical thing is because it's a man-made construct.
Right,
Um,
and you
but
are exactly right.
but once again, that's another topic for another day. So getting back on, can I have one?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why. That's why more and more parents these days they house teaching, man. They self
Mm-hmm.
teach.
Hold on a second.
A lot of parents over here, Randy, in Florida, they don't they self teaching their kids. They home teaching their kids.
Yeah, I
I'm
want
not
to
even.
do that, but I have to get my husband on the same track as me. He's more of the what we call slept, and I'm
Okay.
more of the woke. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys know what that means, but
No. I look. I completely understand.
he's
Uh,
more he's more programmed than I am. I'm a
yeah.
hippie. He's a realist,
Right. Right.
and I'm not. I'm like there's a possibility anything can happen because it
Is,
happens.
is that what they call flat earthers?
Oh God.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
call
even.
it
I don't know
hard
either.
headed.
I
That.
don't know either.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I'm not
I'll,
touching that either. I don't even know what they are, to be honest with you.
I'll say this as far as what she's talking about. Yeah. I mean, the hardest part about the way I move now, and I'm saying it like that because hell, within a week, within a month, it may change. Um, is the fact that I know that there are some people who don't want to see. It's not that they don't. They just don't want to see it because if they see it, they can't unsee it. And now they are uncomfortable. And
Hmm.
there are a lot of people that work really, really hard just for their comfort. What we would call blissful ignorance. But you know what? At the end of the day, what it really is comfort, right? We have kids
It's a
who
choice.
still are, still have their comfort blankie or their comfort friend, aka their teddy bears, their dinosaurs, their, whatever it is, little animal that they would feel comfortable with.
Right.
Um, so I feel like it is not specifically our job to rip them out of that comfortability because think about it like this.
That's why it
A
takes
lot
time.
of
That's what I
the
say I'm working on.
Well, a lot of the shit that we saw, and like I said earlier, a lot of the shit that we sit there and think is conspiracy or that we are told is conspiracy is not conspiracy. And it's playing out into fruition. So, with that being said, right, It is not my job to sit there and rip your blankie because society is about to do that. My job is to be here so when that blanket is ripped, I remind you that you have a teddy bear, but it's okay. And I have it in order for you to get it. You might have to come over to where it's safe.
Right.
So, I try to be as delicate, as gentle, but I'm also very open and understanding that, baby, if this is not for you, it's not for you. Don't try to force it on yourself. Don't try to, convince yourself and big up yourself that you ready for some shit that you're not ready for. Because understand where I am, once you truly open your mind to a whole lot of shit, it's not just the information that you're opening up your mind to. You're going to have some experiences. And if you having some experiences like I've had, baby, if you really not ready, honey, it's going to pull your wig all the fucking way back. All the way back. You are going to feel like you belong in a fucking insane asylum. You are. You are going to feel very uncomfortable. You're going to be tripping. And while you still remember the shit, and as soon as you think you forgot it, some other shit is going to happen, and you're going to be all kinds of mentally fucked up.
You are speaking my path as we speak, honey.
So I'm not gonna lie, honey. Look, all the fucking experiences I had, I look at that shit as it's fun. It's different, but I like challenges, right? So when I sat there and had some crazy ass experiences on my own, I'm like, oh, that shit was fun as hell. Let's do it again. It's almost like a roller coaster. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Even though I thought I was gonna die, I thought I was gonna fall out the motherfucking seat. I thought I'm sitting here looking at the little, the little seatbelt part, like, okay, is this really tight enough to sit there and keep my black ass here? It's a little loose, and I'm small as fuck, bro. I ain't trying to slip.
Am I gonna slip out this bitch? You know what I mean?
Exactly. But then when you go on it, as wild and as crazy as it is, whenever you get through it, and there's a saying that I have, you have to go through it to release it. You have to go through it to get through it. A lot of people don't want that. A lot of people are afraid that they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to look at that. You have to go through it and allow yourself to go through it to get on the other end. If anybody has watched Willy Wonka, the phrase that he said is, you have to go through to get out.
Yep.
You have to go inside in order to get out. You can't back out. Which I don't know why that's always stuck with me. And now I do, because that shit made so much sense. I just didn't realize it at the time. Right? You have to go through to get out. So
the whole you just thing is standing still.
Instead of being afraid, shit, look at that shit like it's fucking fun.
Right.
You know what? Now that I think about it, this is probably also why I sat there and I told you that was gonna sit there and match this. Yeah. Okay. Wear that one. I like that one anyway. Okay. I'm sorry.
No flat earth, please. What?
Well, I'm not even dealing with that, because at the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is this: why would I sit there and have a conversation on what the earth looks like when ain't nobody on this motherfucking rock ever been in outer space ever? And why am I concerned about that whenever y'all treating the earth herself like shit? I don't give a fuck if she was a fucking square. I don't give a fuck if she was flat. I don't give a fuck if she was round. I don't care if she was motherfucking triangular or a star. Y'all treating her like shit. And here pretty soon, if y'all notice, even she getting pissed off. Yep. So honestly, about worrying whether what fucking shape the world is, how about y'all worry about not pissing her off? Because baby, when she coming with a vengeance. And if y'all think bitches on a period are bad, imagine a bitch that already funking with you, don't like you, and she mad, and she big mad, and you are her target.
In other words, keep doing what you're doing. Earth ain't gonna be nothing but the shape of some space garbage or a space rock out there.
And then y'all can argue about that while y'all no longer under the dome. Good luck. But I digress, right?
I don't sucked away. I'm cool.
So
or flooded.
Even with
in my front yard, hold up.
Because I can't see the chat. So hold on. But even with I'm getting back to my son sitting there talking about him and his sister will not be engaging in colonizer. on Colonizer Day, and how this woman obviously she felt some type of way because she's been mean mugging me ever since. And once again, this is honestly why I sat there and I found that so humorous. Have y'all ever heard of the phrase, if it don't apply, let it fly? You ever heard that?
Oh, I've been muted. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Of course I heard that.
Right. So for those who haven't heard of it, this is what it means. If it doesn't pertain to you, shouldn't get offended. Let it go. It ain't got shit to do with you. You are not the target person that we're talking about. So, with that interesting little phrase, if I was to sit there and say to the same woman, honey, if it don't apply, let it fly. Why are you offended at the fact that my son sat there and called it Colonizer Day, which it actually is? Because if you sit there and think about it, how many other people have sat there and in quotation marks discovered, appropriated, taken, stolen, choose whatever word you want. How many people have sat there and done that shit, and then how many of them got a day? I'll wait. How many of them got a day to commemorate their honor?
No, it kind of reminds me of that skit. They got that Mexican dude in the car, and the police officer pulls up, and he's like, "We got a call that you was breaking into this car." He was like, "No, sir, I discovered it.
I discovered it." He said, "Bro, wasn't nobody in the car, so I sat there and discovered the fucking car, bro. I got in. This is my shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, I agree with that motherfucker wholeheartedly." But the whole thing is, even with that, if it doesn't apply to you, and if there is not a tinge of you, there is nothing that involves you or has anything to do with you, that has anything to do with the same colonizers that not only sat there and took over your native country, but the country that you live in today, as well as many, many others. Because we're not going to leave Africa out of there. We're not going to leave Australia out, because all these places have been colonized, right?
Yeah.
And that is something that there's no point arguing. It's literally documented proof. So why is it that out of everybody else that's here, you get offended? My son also said that to a Caucasian man. Why is he not offended? Why is it that you are the only one that's offended? I mean, I sat there and I said it to her on Halloween, and she just got more mad. And the funniest part is that she was actually Glenda the Good Witch, which was really the irony. That's all I'm thinking. The irony. Glenda the Good Witch being mad as my son sitting there and telling the truth. Didn't you tell Dorothy to? Okay, I digress. But I sat there and I told her that. I said, if it doesn't pertain to you, then why are you offended? Or is this your way of sitting there and saying that you had family that, participated in colonization? And if you did, then why are you still holding guilt to where you're upset at me? Because I never sat there and said anything about you. My son just said that he will not be partaking in Colonizer Day. And you being a white person, the colonizer he's talking about is Italian. No connection to you. Unless you are of the Cologne family or the Columbia family, and being that I've already seen your last name, you were not. So why are you offended? Now, honestly, I know the answer. The word colonizer triggered her. I know what it is. But see, with this, I want her to use her own critical thinking. Now, here's the thing. As much as I may want to, once again, leading the horse to water and all, I can't force her to see things from an angle of reason. She has to find that herself. I can't force it. So if I can't force it, I'll walk away. But I'm not gonna lie. I smile every single time this bitch mean mug me when I go and take them babies to school. You know the one I'm talking about, the one every single time I be sitting here and I low key, I'm just like, another one bites the dust. I literally feel like You know, while she's so focused on being angry, if she would ever calm down to allow her brain to actually think and process, why are you mad? That's the real question. Why are you mad? Not why are you taking that on me? You taking it on me because I'm a grown ass woman, baby. I can give two fucks about you. So respectfully and disrespectfully, honey, I'm not bothered. But the question is, why are you mad? And I need you to sit there and ask yourself, why are you mad? Hey, baby, you good? Um, and look, this little, you know, the captain sat there and did all this shit with you, and now you're gonna sit there and right behind me, gonna go to sleep, like he's all kind of comfortable. I have 3 cats. I'm thinking one of my cats is not exactly a cat. If you understood that, great. If you didn't, don't worry about it.
I understand it. I got 5. 2 of them are weird and like humany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Grab your face, try to like bring you closer. I'm like, I'm not a kid. What?
Oh yeah. This one did that to me yesterday. I sat there and I was petting him at night, and I was actually listening to Stephen King's The Institute. By the way, if you guys like Dr. Sleep, you would definitely like The Institute, but you do have to have a strong stomach because it's about them. It is about children
Right.
and the mistreatment of children. That's all I will say. I'm not going to ruin it for you. It's good as
See, I
shit,
got a
though.
stomach for that, but I got a stomach for like Dr. Pimple Popper and stuff like that. But as far as kids
Oh,
go, I can't go there.
baby, I love Dr. Pepper Popper. Okay, so this one isn't really, really bad. I can give you guys a quick synopsis, I guess. In the Institute, there is a main character, and he is actually super smart. Like, he is 12 years old, and he just sat there and got done being accepted into um, MIT and Harvard University. Um, you know, what is it? You know, flying colors. I almost
Is it
want to
like
say
Yale or something?
body, but I don't think it's all of that. Well, no, it's yeah. Well, he's the top of his class, but a lot of times alumni cum laude. Cum laude literally means that he's a legacy. He's not. I don't think his parents did it. Well, at least I think. Oh yeah. Well, okay. Then yes, he is the alumni. Anyway, he actually helped a girl. He actually kind of answered one of the questions for another girl that literally was, "Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you." That was sitting there and trying to get her her SATs for, you know, her stuff as well. Well, okay, fast forwarding. What it is that he was literally having a discussion with his parents about what he wants to do after he gets into this prestigious college. And he wants to do them both. Not one, he wants to do them both. Hey, body butter. Use some on your legs.
Oh,
Okay. Nope, just go and use some on your legs. Love you. You're gonna need more than that, girl, because you're turning white. You was not born white. You're turning colors. Okay. Sorry.
I just put some water on my leg. It's obviously it's not big.
Okay, it's all right. I got you. Okay, so sorry guys. Initially what happened is that same night, this boy goes home. Something happens to where he's kidnapped. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you everything. Something happens to where he is kidnapped. He is now taken across many estates to what is called the Institute. And this is a place where they test
You.
on children. They test certain type of abilities, telekinesis and telepathy being the 2 most prominent ones. There are a slew of things that they do to these children. And just remember, this rule, if you guys are going to read the Institute, if the children are good, they get tokens. They have vending machines that are for everything. I mean, when I say everything, you have everything from toys, the candy, to cigarettes and alcohol, to everything. And there's really no adults that really care what the kids do within reason, as long as, they're in this place at one moment, they're where they need to be to get tested. And the signature thing behind this is that what they do is that all of the children that are snatched, because they're not just one, it's many. All these children that are snatched, the trippy part is they're taken in the middle of the night, all of them, and they are brought to a building that is made to look exactly like their bedroom. Exactly. So can y'all take a minute to let that sink in, especially parents? How creepy would that be that this person is so close to us that they know exactly what our kids' bedrooms look like? They know what posters are on the wall. They know what furniture is set up. They know what little trinkets are put there and what time it should be and what time this alarm clock is going to go on and go off. Could y'all imagine that and how creepy that is?
Yeah, they can be stalking them.
I love you too, baby. Okay, you're gonna go and take a nap? Okay. Hey, that means don't wake your daddy. Go tell your brother don't wake your daddy either. All right. Sorry. So with that being said, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. This young man, he finds a few people he becomes quick friends with. Of course, common trauma brings people together. Um, and so far, it's a very interesting story. I'm not going to tell y'all where I'm at because that's going to tell y'all some of the ending.
Let me ask you something. What is this? A TV show?
No, it's a book.
Mm. All
Remember,
right.
y'all, read fundamental.
Right.
It's Stephen King. It's Stephen King's novel. The book is called The Institute,
Yeah. I heard that.
and it's a really good book. Oh my gosh, it's really
You like
good.
to read? You like to read, huh? I can imagine how much literature you have in there.
Oh
You have
yeah.
in your house.
Oh, I have a lot of literature. I piss people off whenever they want to have biblical debates because I have 5 different types of Bibles.
You
They
know
give
that that's
me.
one thing that look. There's 3 things that I keep off this show.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, religion,
Mm-hmm.
politics,
Mm-hmm.
and conspiracy theories.
Oh, don't do me like that.
Yes, yes.
You keep
I
conspiracies
keep
over
a,
here?
yeah, I hate conspiracy. Because I could agree to certain things, but a lot of I'll be honest with you. I say like maybe 80% of it I just don't agree with.
That's okay.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Another thing is the way freedom is of speech these days is like they
Mm-hmm.
gave it free reins and stuff. Like they have taken it a lot further. Um, Back in my days in the 70s, if you would come with that conspiracy theory, you guys will be in a mental institution.
Right. But see, here's the thing when it comes to that. Now we're in the age of information. And so
Right,
it
right.
you
Go ahead, go
know,
ahead.
baby, yes, I know. Hold on. If you're supposed to go to sleep, sir. Love you. He's sitting here and
He's supposed to
chiming,
go to sleep. He's supposed to go to sleep.
he's about to take a nap. We trade off.
Oh,
Um,
okay, for the kids, right?
yes.
Okay.
So the whole thing is whenever it comes to whenever it comes to a lot of conspiracies, this is the age of information, which is great, but this is also the age of misinformation. A lot of people are depending solely on Google without realizing, well, let me not say without realizing. I like to ask questions, right?
Mhm.
And one of the questions I like to ask is, um, who runs Google? When you actually look at the people who are running media, and not only Google, I mean, this is Google, Firefox, excuse me, any other kind of
Browser.
social kind of media. Let me not say social media, any kind of media. This is the radio, this is the TV, this is on the phones, this is
I know, right? Like a
right.
lot of people don't even watch the news no more. They just
Well,
get on the internet and
it's not just that. A lot of people don't really understand every bit of information that we are obtaining.
mhm,
Every bit. If, if it is American dominated, then it's coming from the allowance of a small group of people.
right.
And, I'm one of those that whenever we're sitting here and talking about war or anything like this, I'm the first person that sits there and says, all right, so who is the person that's getting paid off of both sides? Who's playing the good guy and the bad guy? Who benefits no matter how the shit plays out? Right? Or better yet, another way to phrase it, who's funding both sides?
Hey,
Right?
thank you for the cash app, Randy. Hold on, let me give Randy the dancing panda for the cash app.
Okay.
Thank you for the cash app, Randy. This is for you. Yeah, my subscribers like the dancing panda. But go ahead, Liza.
I see. I see. That was a very adorable pen. Hmm.
Hey, I like to watch it dance though. I love it when it dances.
Right. Um,
But go ahead, go ahead.
just a lot of times I ask questions that people don't think to ask. And whenever I'm getting media that's predominantly from one area, I tend to be cautious of what I'm intaking because as much real information is out there, there's information that's put to literally discredit this, it's to sway people away, right? And as well as other types of things that are being done that people aren't even, the information is out there, but somehow the information is not reaching you yet. If somebody, if there was a world star hip hop fight, that would have hit your algorithm about 3 or 4 times. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
it's just, I don't know. I think differently, therefore I ask differently, therefore I expect different. And I tend to weed out a lot of stuff that I really don't see as beneficial. And I also take time, once again, away from social medias to go ahead and read good books. Now, here's
Right.
the interesting thing about these books. Usually in the book, there is something about the main character, even if it's a phrase, even if it's a paragraph, even if it's just a sentence. It is something about that main character that literally says something or is going through something that I need to see, I need to hear, and I need to know because it's meant to hit me different as a confirmation of something. That's one of the things I've noticed every single time I pick a book because I'm really, really picky. And I had to be in a mood for a certain type of story. And somehow I can go ahead and keep that mood for, either 25 hours in, or I can keep that mood for over 17,000 pages in, whichever, right?
Right, right.
And it's just, I know that by the time I actually start picking one, there's something in it that is just for me. And even if someone else hears it, they're not going to get it because whatever that message is just for me.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I like to do that. But in doing that, I love to go ahead and stay away from electronics because, I mean, one, I don't like the idea of being addicted to my phone. I've noticed people sit there and leave their phone at home. They will damn near wreck their car. They would damn near get hit in the middle of the street in a highway road, sit there and try to
There's
talk.
a road here, Eliza.
Right,
There's a road here, and there's accidents there like every
mhm,
week, man. There's bad accidents, and
right.
like when I'm riding down that road, I see people on their phone. I see people. I see them like go out the lines. I'm like, look, 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 look. I go
Well,
on
no,
the
no, no.
other on the road on the lane next to them and pass them, and they on their phone. You could tell because they looking down. You know.
Well, true. Have you ever seen somebody leave their house without their phone?
No,
Exactly.
and if they did, it's because they forgot it. But no,
But here's the thing: when they forgot it, they literally act like they are a crackhead that's missing their crack. People
yeah,
don't
you
even
know
realize.
that I know when I leave my phone by mistake. When I'm getting in the car, because number one, my pocket's still heavy, and number two, I always take my phone out and put it on the dash thing,
Well,
so
no,
I
no, no.
never
That's
forget it. But it's rare.
no. What I'm saying is, have you ever tried, whenever you go somewhere, leaving your phone in the car and walking off, getting out of your car,
No,
walking
no,
off? You will actually feel a pull back to your phone.
I forgot my
You're
phone.
not. Well, here's the thing: you're not supposed to feel that. People are
Right.
now addicted to having a device in their hand.
And
So
what
I
about? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Finish yours, and I'll tell you. I'll
um
ask you something. Go ahead.
all right, I purposely leave my phone in my in my bedroom, and I will walk. I will sit there and go on 2 and 3 hour long walks without my phone, without the excess without the excess radiation, without the, you know what I mean, because that's honestly what it is. If we're going to sit there and look at it on a scientific note, it's excess radiation that you don't need. It literally is also weaning and wearing into your body on a, you know, magnetic level, which we can also almost say on a spiritual level, but I'm not going to do that. I'll say magnetic level. Sorry, because
Right.
my tongue is fucking with me a little bit. But I mean, also the fact of, I don't know about y'all, but I don't like the idea of being addicted to shit. I'm not addicted to TV. I'm not addicted to social media. I'm not addicted to shopping. I'm not addicted to anything. I have the freedom to be able to choose what I want to do today. And that choice is not being pulled or swayed in any direction due to a overall feel or need or obligation or a pull towards a certain thing, if that
Right.
makes sense.
No, it does. It does make a lot of sense. It's not like me. I can't fall asleep without watching TV. You know, certain things. You know, it's like it's not an addiction. It's just habits, bad habits. I feel like
No, I
I
understand.
can't function without having my cup of coffee. Once in a blue, I'll go without it, but that's the first thing I do when I get up is make my coffee. 1 cup. That's all I drink is 1 cup a day. But what I wanted to ask you was, and what you think about people go on vacation and they all they do is be on their phone. You throw family reunions these days, everybody's on their phone. You go to the
They're
dinner table, everybody's on their phone.
they're addicted. They are addicted to their phones. Think about it like this. Whenever you're on social media, you're sitting here and seeing something that you like. We already
Right.
understand that whenever you sit there and you have a post that you like, or a TikTok, or a YouTube short that you like, it's feeding your brain endorphins. It's giving you a pleasure sensor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which is why the algorithm decides that anything you engage with to give you more of, aka pleasure endorphins, pleasure endorphins, pleasure endorphins, pleasure endorphins, right? If that is the quickest and the easiest way for you to sit there and hit a pleasure endorphin, why would you actually sit there and take a man to go ahead and deep breathe and sit there and try to hit them naturally? Whenever this right here in your hand is going to go ahead and give it to you. It's almost like sitting there and hitting, it's like taking a fucking, shot of heroin. It's like literally snorting a line of cocaine. That shit is instant.
Right.
It's affecting your brain instantaneously. So this is why whenever you have people that are supposed to have gatherings, their face is still down, looked in their screen. The scariest part is my husband and I, one of the things we sat there and we started doing a few years ago is that we were playing Pokemon. And mind you, being the 80s baby that I am, right? It doesn't make sense to me why somebody should sit there and say, please be aware of your surroundings. Please do not walk in the middle of the street or in a hole while playing this game. To me, it don't make sense that they have to say that. Just because it don't make sense doesn't mean that they don't have good reason. Because
Right.
you never realize how stupid motherfuckers are, excuse my language, how stupid people are until you literally hear on the news, oh, well, this person walked in front of a bus because they were trying to catch an imaginary fucking Pikachu. What? Please let me know how that makes sense. Oh, somebody sat there and not even a kid, mind you, not kids. Kids are smart enough not to do this shit. Yet adults are the ones
Are
that,
doing
oh, well,
it.
this man got somehow he ended up walking into a sinkhole and sat there and pretty much fell to the fucking pits of hell because he was trying to catch a Bulbasaur. The shit is fake. It's not even imagination. It's like literally it is on your phone. Like put your fucking phone down. How many people sat there and walked in the cars, almost walked into ongoing traffic and
Yep.
everything else
Yep.
so much that they have to have a disclaimer so they can say, we wrote it right there. These people didn't pay attention. We can't be held responsible, aka we can't be sued. How dumb do you have? I'm like, let me not say dumb because that's not the right word. How addicted do you have to be to your screen to where you are not privy to any of your surroundings? Whenever I go out and I'm walking with my kids, I immediately take their phones and I put them in my pocket while we're walking. This is not a time for phone. This is where you walk and talk with mom. I mean, sometimes I'll sit there and carry my little Mickey Mouse tool. Sometimes I'll sit there and carry, a little knife on me or something like this, just to go ahead and make sure I can protect myself if the case may be. Sometimes my phone is on me. Sometimes it's not. Whenever it's not, I'm not gonna lie. I sit there and I kind of hope that I don't have to run into somebody else that has an emergency, right? Because I don't have a phone and I'm not going to be much help to them unless I know how to physically do something that will be able to help you with your ailment. You know what I mean? But when it comes to a lot of that, no, I walk in nature, I ground, and I ground in various different ways, not just one. I communicate with my surroundings. I make sure that my ears can hear. I literally would test
You're
myself.
alert.
Yeah, so if there's a car coming behind me, I'll sit there and test, okay, just based off of the engine, what kind of car is it? What do I think the color of it is? How many seats? I will literally just test myself because even though it looks like testing and having fun, what I'm doing is I'm sharpening skills so that if anything ever happens, I can literally use my senses to be able to go ahead and tell more than what is directly in front of me. You see what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
things that we were supposed to be doing in the first place before all of the computer shiny shit came out, before the various phones, before the anything less than a landline. You know what I mean? Any fucking computer game other than fucking Oregon's Trail and fucking Frogger. Um, any of that shit. Because those are the things that we've lost. Right now, somebody's more depending on being able to sit there and turn on their camera on their phone super duper fast in case of something happening versus being able to hear, being able to be aware of their surroundings. And I can sit there and tell you what a license plate on a car sat there and looked like, what it said, what kind of driver it was before anything even popped off. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. I think people are addicted. They don't realize they're addicted. When they do, they need to go ahead and literally get off of their addiction. And when people really understand this and are able to give themselves grace for this, but go ahead and put it into action, I think that no, Chris, please don't, because they fight, and I don't need them fighting. Thank you.
Mhm.
Whenever they do that, I think that then we might be able to understand the minds of addicts a little bit better and have a little bit more compassion towards an addict. Because as much as you want to sit there and ridicule somebody else, you literally did the exact same thing for a lot less. Once again, people don't want to look in the mirror at themselves, though. So
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to. Well, not gonna have to. I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna
I
go
was going to
have
say,
dinner. My
Craig,
wife is calling me, and I
it's okay because I
definitely
got to
want to
go.
thank you for coming up, and
You're very, very.
Randy and Exile.
I actually have to go myself. My son is sitting here and he's wanting mommy time. So thank you for having me up. It was fun. Um, I will see you later.
Okay. Okay.
Right. You have a great day. Okay.
You too. God bless you.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right. All right. Bye. All right, people. You know what time it is. We've been here 2 hours, 27, well, 28 now. 2 hours and 28 minutes. That's by the time the outro go, well, not even, because the outro don't take that long. But I want to thank everybody for coming up. I want to thank Eliza, Exile One, and Randy Jean. Today's live was a great one, like always, drama free. I hope everybody learned something. We had two intelligent females up here dropping knowledge. You understand? But I want to thank everyone for tuning in, showing love. Please hit the like. If you haven't hit the like on the way out. You already know this is True L.E.S. Talk, Lower East Side Projects, Lower Manhattan, Puerto Rico, los quiero mucho. With that, we out of here. Thank you.